But I think I was in like $120,000 by the time I was in court.
Interesting.
And I wasn't making any money. And you're in court, you don't know whether you're gonna win or not. But I knew I was gonna win. If I didn't win, then that means there is no law and order in Ghana.
Yeah. And you have a PhD in land now.
I do have. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm not just selling land for the sake of selling land. I know the laws governing it. I know the history behind the land. I have the police that knows that the land that I'm selling belongs to us to fight whoever is trying to intimidate you. We have everything. Like if you buy land from me, you will never go to the police station to fight it yourself. It will never happen. Whatever happens, you're gonna be the one to take it on.
I like that.
None of my clients will ever like what I went through. Nobody. If somebody is trying to, it's happened. Like maybe places where I have like 2, 4 plus, we put an end to it like right away.
So welcome guys, welcome back. So I'm on my way to Akosombo, on the road to Akosombo, to go interview a diasporan who bought a land 2 years ago, and I mean he poured over $80,000, $200,000 in this land. He wanted to build a mini mall, but someone ended up taking him to court that the land belongs to him. So he ended up being in court for 2 years trying to fight for his land, and finally he won the land. Now, many diasporans would get discouraged and go back to the US or whatever, but he didn't. He decided to stay to fight, and he recently told me that he won the case. So, and he's been on my channel twice. He goes by the name of Rashasari. So I'm on my way to see him to have a conversation with him and speak about the journey and how he was able to fight through to this day to win the land, and also to encourage you guys, if you are in the diaspora, or what I do the most is try to convince diasporans to either visit the continent or to live here permanently. So things like this, it interests me a lot, right? Because then this is what would discourage a lot of you guys in the diaspora. When you hear experiences like that, you'll be like, I'll probably just not go, because my money will be caught up somewhere. So his story is very interesting, because he decided to stay and fight, and he won, right? So I encourage you guys, just come to Africa. Just start with a visit, and if you decide to do that, don't forget I have a travel and tour company. You'll be somewhere on the screen, Webnation Travel and Tour. Reach out to us. We already have 14 people coming to Ghana from December 26th to the 3rd of January. Great experience. Reach out to us if you want to come to Ghana. And look, you never know what you'll find. You don't know the opportunities you might end up discovering here. So yeah, let's just go have a conversation with you. Mr. Rash, welcome on the show.
Captain Hilford, thank you for having me again.
I'm on your land. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. It's exciting. It's exciting.
It's been a long time coming.
Yes.
Now, listen, a lot of people have been discouraged, after moving to Ghana, trying to buy land. I interviewed a young lady. She bought a land for $6,000 and never got her documents, never got her papers. Right. Your case is different.
Yeah.
Tell me about your scenario.
Mine was a lot of money. It was a lot of money.
Yep.
So I bought this land for precisely $83,000 because as the guy I saw you flying the drones.
Yeah.
So this is a very prime area. It's for commercial. $83,000. The people were living here. I bought this land and paid so much for it because I didn't want to end up in court. I was very careful on that. So I came here. The person was already operating a car wash. It wasn't as nice as it is now.
Yeah.
But he was operating it. They were living here. There's a building. They had an uncompleted building, and I saw no risk with that. They also had a title on the land.
Okay.
So I mean, it's as good as it gets. And I bought the land, paid the money in 2 installments. First one, second one, they moved out. When I took over and started working, I started encountering a lot of issues. Somebody was trying to claim that the land belongs to him.
Interesting.
That he gave it to the person, and the person is only a tenant and all this stuff that's going on. And it was all lies, trying to stop me from working. So I did my due diligence, of course. I didn't say, get out of here. I tried to understand where it was coming from. And I came to realize that this was just an extortion attempt.
Interesting.
And I had to go through a long, painful process in court for 2 years. And in the course of doing so, I think you interviewed me about a year ago.
Yeah.
It was pretty difficult because I bought this land not for the car wash alone, but to build a mini mall where I want to have a gym and all that stuff. It's my dream. It's what brought me to Ghana. The gym being number one. And it was quite difficult. I'm not going to lie to you. Being stuck at home, my dreams being crushed by some greedy person. I thought about going back, just like how a lot of people
I
went
wanted
back.
to ask you that. What made you stay to fight this? Because not most people would do that.
Right.
I mean,
right.
I was behind cameras chatting with you, a young man,
Yeah.
poured $250,000 into a property. It didn't work out, and then he just left back to
Right. Yeah, you
so
told me.
most people would leave.
Yeah.
But what made you stay?
Well, I was gonna fight for it regardless. Let's get that one clear. I was gonna fight for it regardless, but because of what I wanted to do, like I poured almost all my money in here, and I lost my money in the stock market. I told you about it. In Ghana, I didn't come here to work for anybody, so the money to do business was gone. And waking up every day, I'm a very productive person. I wanna provide value to the community. Not having the money to do it and sitting home just working out, it's just not my cup of tea.
I see.
So I was actually thinking of going back, not to move like, oh, I'm tired of Ghana, but to go and maybe save, and let the case go on. Like somebody will represent me in court and all that, and still fight it. I was never gonna get out, that was not gonna happen.
Okay.
Because when I bought the land, I had transferred the title to my name already.
Okay.
I have possession, which is very important, right?
What is possession? Explain
Possession is, the court recognizes who's in possession, right? There are times where you can own land, but if somebody is in possession already, it's very difficult to get that person off the land.
Yeah.
This is the case where, I am in possession. I was already working, renovating, while the guy was bothering me. That means I'm in possession. Like, the land is in my control.
Right.
It doesn't mean you are the owner, but it gives you a lot of power.
Okay.
If you are not in possession, and then somebody else is in possession of your land and you win, then you have to go and repossess, and there's a whole procedure. But I was already in possession. It's pretty difficult to get somebody off your land once they take possession. So me being in possession, I was already in a very powerful position.
Okay.
And on top of it, I have the title and all that stuff. So I was inevitably going to win. The person had nothing. He had a judgment that he was flying around, but my land was outside. I'm not going to get into all the details on it, but this strengthened me to know so much about land, right? Because after this, I've sold land to over 40 people after this from this experience.
Interesting.
And I have purchased about maybe 6+ for myself in different locations, maybe even more than that.
I see.
No issues at all, because I know how to go about things now. Being in control, how to play the game and all that. It's a game.
It taught you a lesson. It taught you about the
Oh, I'm
real
so
estate.
happy I went through this.
Really?
Yeah, I'm so happy I went through this.
But some people would cry and leave rather than learning the lessons like you did. Would you say it changed things?
It changed me, it emboldened me, made me very strong, and it made me understand the terrain that I'm in. It's a whole different ball game here. This is not what you are used to, that you're gonna pay money, buy something, and everything is gonna go well in Ghana. That's not how it is. You have to understand the game, right? So now, I work with multiple families and all that selling land. And I know, aside from owning the land, you need your security to be tight, you need your connections to be tight. There are police officers who know that we own the land. If somebody's coming here, like what this guy did, just a phone call away, they call you in, and they're gonna tell you to back off, whatever, and just put a stop to it.
Interesting.
So I didn't know a lot of the deals that goes in. It's pretty difficult if you are coming in, try to figure it out, right? Which is why now, I operate this business trying to help people out and all that.
So they don't go through the same
They don't
thing.
go through the same thing, because you can buy the genuine land, you can have all the documents,
But
like
still,
me, and you will still go through. Can you imagine this? They lived here for 20 years, and I went through this.
Interesting.
So you were never safe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm very interested in stories like that because I've seen your journey from the beginning. To even, I think the first time with your wife, we had a conversation.
She
You were not even in court then.
I was in court.
You were in
I was in court, man.
Even the first interview, the second interview.
I was in court. I've been in court since I've been on YouTube. As a matter of fact, it was being in court that made me so bored for me to decide to go on YouTube.
Interesting.
And do all the interviews.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. Wow. So I'm excited. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So it's working now. Everything is back on track.
Everything is back on track for almost a month now. After the guy lost and I came to work, I wasn't here, but he came to ask my workers what they're doing and all that. He came back for one more time, but then I put a stop to it. So I've taken control. I'm working. That's what he was trying to prevent from me working. I'm working. Business is doing well. I have systems in place. It's a real business. And although I want to build a minimal, the cash flow is so nice. Now I'm thinking that should I wait for like 2 years before I build a minimal?
Yeah.
But next year, God willing, we will start with this minimal.
I like that.
But this experience is telling me that if you are coming from outside, let's not talk all about me. If you're coming from outside, there are people on the ground who have figured out the system. It's a system. Just like America, there is systems to make money, or there is a system down here, especially with land. And don't think that there's a whole bunch of issues in Ghana with land. You can figure it out, because me selling land to about 50 people, having safely, they are building walls, they are figuring it out how to just never, having been to court, none of them. Well, I found like 3 instances where somebody tried to cause issues. put a stop to it. Just it's a system in place, right?
Yeah.
So you need to find those people or actually come and learn yourself and do it. But it's a system, and if you understand it, life is sweet.
I like that. Now,
Yes.
speak to me about the exact location or the environment here. What made you, people want to fight with you for this land? Because it must be very valuable.
Yeah. So I'm right next to Hardovin. I'm about 6 plus to Hardovin. If you walk to Hardovin, it's probably, arguably, the biggest bakery shop in Ghana. They sell bread and meat pie and all that. It's very big. Very, very, very big. All over Ghana. I'm right next to it. You see the buildings around.
Yeah.
I'm next to Shell.
Yeah.
I'm on the main Temakosomo road. This road, people take it to Volta region. People can take it to Togo. It's the main. It's not like you are going in your branch. It's a main road. It's It's like a highway. And this road is supposed to be doubled. It's in the plans. It's just that Ghana, the government is going to be so slow before they kick it off.
It takes some time.
But it's in the plans. So, like I said, I didn't want to spend so much money on the land. The land being in this location, it's all houses around. There is no bush around, except this guy who bought it and watered it up to, keep it for a long time. But so it's fully developed. To get land like this, I wanted to buy the land the way I bought it, where somebody was living on it, opening a business, because I knew that it's hard. It's hard. It's a lot of money, and people will come and test the ground in Ghana. In the long run, you do build a reputation for yourself, and people know not to mess with you. But if you're new in the market, like me, being a young guy and all that, they will just come and test it. The guy really didn't think I would stick it up and go to court.
Yeah.
He was just testing the ground.
You fought it.
I fought it.
You told me that I'm going to fight for it, and you did.
And he told me that I'm rusty. He said I'm rusty inside. He thought I was quiet. I'm very rusty. Yeah, I work for my money, man. I'm not going to let you come and bully me.
What I'm happy the most about is now you're helping people so they don't have to go through that.
It's fulfilling.
Can you speak to me more about some of the lands you have available now or whatever?
Yeah. So I want to give you guys the backstory, right? Land, after going through my ordeal, land is something I never wanted to touch. I didn't want to go and sell land to anybody because, yet again, I didn't understand the system yet. Because I bought this land, I have all the documents, I'm not having issues. So I don't want to touch anything. Now, the beautiful thing is, every land traces back to, it's called the allodial owners, A-L-L-O-D-I-A-L. Allodial owners, that's where the land traces back to. And it's usually the stools or a family, like a big family that owns land. So my land traces back from the people that I bought it from. It traces back to the original owners. They are the final say. They are the ones giving the 99 years lease. They are the final stop.
Interesting.
They acquired this land through farming way back in the days or whatever. After God, it was them, right? So they were willing to defend me in court. They're telling me, they're encouraging me that I bought the land from the right people, and I have absolutely nothing to worry about. So I should just, just go through it, and it's gonna be over. As a matter of fact, they don't even know why this is in court. And I kind of built a relationship with these people. So when I started educating people on my YouTube channel about real estate and all that, people started asking me, about land. Like, you are talking about this road being double and all that. How are we gonna be able to buy land in this area? And, it was like a constant demand for the land. And I didn't have the land for it. I didn't set out to give the education to sell land. I've been in construction building for people. I had a company already, but land was not part of it. So I had a conversation with them, and they told me, we have over 4,000 acres. We can give you a portion. So we started very small with like maybe 10 plus, sold it out, 2 acres, 30, 40, 63, new one. I have land in Pram Pram. I have land here in Matahiku Afenya, which is about 40 minutes to the airport without traffic, 30 minutes. And when they double the road, probably 20, 25 minutes, you will get there. And I've been selling land to, like I said, over 40 people. I'm in a breed. Now, that's what I do. And like I said, I guarantee people their money back because I know whatever happens, I can just give you your money back and go sort it out. And, I've sold land to many people. Nobody has sold their money with me before. Nobody has sold their land before. And it's fulfilling because without that, a lot of people will never be able to do it.
I like that. I mean, his story is very inspiring. Listen, sometimes you have to fight, you know what I'm saying? You don't give up, just fight it, and then sometimes God is just somehow would make things work out for you.
Exactly.
And that's your case.
That's my case, and I want to tell you that everything happens for a reason, and sometimes we are impatient and we don't stay the course to see why it was happening. See, if I was impatient and I packed up my bags and left for good, then all this opportunity of me developing the gated community where we're gonna go to and selling all this land to all these people, this business that I have, it wouldn't be in existence. I would just live and go enjoy that comfortable American life, come back when the court case is over and take over this, and that's it. Right?
Yep.
But me being on YouTube, they forced me to be on YouTube. That's number one, because I was bored and I had to get creative and start from scratch. Right? I started with my cell phone. I told you about this when I started. And one thing led to the other, and now I'm in a position where, of course, I have this back. I lost 2 years, but I have it back like I never did anything. Except
I saw you making some calculations on your YouTube channel. If everything went according to plan when you started, how much money would you have actually made over these 2 years operating the car wash?
2 years, I mean, the numbers that I had was underestimation because of the Ghana inflation and all that wasn't taken into account.
Right.
But I should have made like, I think close to 800,000 Ghana cedis in those 2 years that I lost.
That's how much in dollars?
That's roughly about $60,000, $65,000.
Really? Just 2 years? Car wash?
Car wash alone.
$60,000?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's good. It's a good business.
Okay.
You know, you spend so much money to acquire this land. I did the calculation before I came in. Like I started it, I did the calculation in my head, I do some numbers, and I knew it was roughly 800 cedis a day.
Interesting.
But it's more than that because of the
inflation.
The inflation. I just started, and it's, you know, business is past that.
Yeah, and so, you said something about the boring businesses.
I love boring business. See, a lot of us want fancy stuff and go for technologies and all that. Right. And that one, a lot of them fail. People don't understand that. This one, people will wash cars every day. It's never been a day where we open a car wash and like we didn't have cars. At least you have some 25 cars come in.
Every day?
Every day. On a good day, you have 50 plus. And if you have one of these, you know, you have 3 or 5 of these tankers, and you're looking at 1,000 cedis plus.
Okay.
Right? A day.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a good business. It's boring, but it prints money every day. And now I'm doing a couple of these small business, like selling cement. It's not fancy. It's not something that you're gonna stand somewhere and boast about it. Like, I own a car wash, I own a cement. It's nothing fancy, but it prints money. And it's a small accumulation of capital that makes you rich in the long run. It's predictable. Every day somebody comes here to wash a car. And it was never a day passed by that somebody did not come and wash a car. It never happened.
It never happened?
Not even less than 10.
Interesting.
Yeah, it never happened.
This is very interesting.
So you
guys.
always make money.
This is interesting. We will speak. I would like to speak to you more. I have a lot of questions for you. Let's just go on the property and have more conversation.
Of course.
What do we have here? Are you the one building this?
Yes, I am the one building it.
Interesting.
Yes. So I have a company called Arcadian. I also have a company called Russian. Russian is kind of like a brokerage. I use that to sell land and houses.
I see.
And Arcadian Limited is basically like a full house construction, you know, design and all that. Designing to building, solar installation, everything from scratch.
Impressive.
So we sold the land
to
the lady. Everything you see around here, I sold it.
Let's go back to the beginning of that story itself.
Sure.
Yeah. How did she even see you to buy the land from here and everything?
Right. So as we were saying from the court case, I became one with the Allodio owners.
Okay.
And when people were pressuring me to sell land, eventually I knew those are the real people without me having to buy anything from them. I met them the right way. Because when somebody has to sell you something, they will lie to you. I met them the right way. And I got to know that they're genuine good people.
I see.
Because they were willing to help me, never asked me for money. They even drove to my my lawyer's office before. So I can sense I can put 1 and 2 together. So when I went to them that, you know, I can, you know, have a company, I can help you guys sell. They have plenty of land. They have over 200,000 acres of land.
200,000
they have a lot of land.
Really?
But yeah, some of them, you know, they trying to get it back or it's not developed yet. But this, where we are standing, is 4,200 acres that we are dealing with right now.
Okay.
They have other locations where, you know, eventually maybe I will end up on a channel showing that. Yeah. But here, they brought me here in the mango farm, and that's where I started selling. So the initial people, I was very modest with the price in the beginning. I'm new in the market, selling land, and everything went well. This guy is a Liberian, living in the States, Navy. This guy.
Okay, that house?
Yeah, that house. So he emailed me that, you know, he lived in Ghana briefly before he left, whatever. I think he was in Kaswa, those Liberians. And he's doing his research, and he's been watching my channel, and, you know, our background, he trusts me, he bought land. He was one of the first people to buy land. Behind him, I'm building a wall for somebody right now. He bought about a year ago, but he's now building his wall.
Interesting.
That guy, I've never met him before. He's never been to Ghana before. He just watches this channel, and he can sense that I'm a good guy, and just bought land from me.
Just send the money.
He just bought the land from me. And Then next to him, that land we had it for ourselves, but then I built a wall and I sold it. People were fighting over that because it was a great deal. I see that you guys love when I'm building the wall to sell, so I'm gonna do more of that. Now, this lady is a retiree, right? She's from somewhere in the Caribbean. I don't really remember the country. But hers was really weird for me, even me, because people will ask 1 or 2 questions. This lady just sent the money.
That's it.
That's it. And I'm like, wow, this is strange. It was so easy. Like, she just sent the money, and she's never been to Ghana before. Then she eventually came to Ghana on a tour. Then she called me like, hey, I'm in Ghana. I would like to see the land. And I brought her here. I'll show her the land. And I asked her, like, why did you just send the money? She didn't ask any questions. How many years do I get? Nothing. She just sent the money. And she said she's been watching the channel. She was already informed what she needs to know. So it was no need to be asking me too many questions. I'm like, wow, that's interesting. So she left. I always encourage people to build a wall around your land. I'm always selling genuine land, no issues at all. And first of all, if you're not working on land, I was saying this earlier, how you know that you bought, you can have all the documents. So I encourage people to work on the land so that you feel that you own something, like you've done something on the land. So I'm always pushing people on that. Like, I'll be on you as a client, because once I sell the land, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
I don't want
it costs you more to protect it, right?
Exactly. It costs me more to protect it, and I'm gonna have headaches later on when somebody's trying to do something on your land. You know, I'm selling land. I've sold land to so many people. You know what I mean? So I'm always trying to tell people, once you build a wall, build a wall, and then
that's when you test if the land is legitimate.
Exactly. That makes me feel, I know it is, but once you do that and you are happy, I'm happy, you know? So eventually, you know, she went ahead. I think 3 months later, we built a wall for her, and she told me that she wanted to build a house to come and retire. She told me her, you know, yeah. But I didn't know she wanted to move so fast. So about 4 months ago, 5 months ago, we did her design for her. She told me exactly what she wanted, which is a 4-bedroom, single level, because she's not trying to climb up.
Because it gets expensive as it goes up.
Not only that, she's getting old. And it gets expensive definitely.
How can she even climb upstairs?
Yeah, maybe she can, but why put yourself through that trouble?
Just kidding.
So she decided to just go for a single level. You save money, can have something so beautiful and big. I'm not gonna say the price because I don't like putting clients' money out there. That would be up to her to share her story with regards to how much she spent. But she's getting a solar installed on there. We already did the connection for her already and all that. So basically, that was it. We designed the house for her. She's been to Ghana once. She met me for like a good 15 minutes. That's it.
You said on a tour?
She came on a tour and she just quickly came and looked at the land and left. So she sent a lot of money, well over $100,000 to Ghana, to me. And she doesn't know me that well. But I'm here to, but I'm here to, you know, to serve people and do what people cannot do themselves because of all the cheating and all that. So it's quite fulfilling when these people are so happy. And we built this for her. The projection for this to be completed is December.
By December it will be done?
Yeah, this will be done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, we are done. I mean, the window...
How many months have you been building?
We've been building for maybe 3.5 months to 4 months. But it was like 1 month in it that we didn't work because the rain was... That's why I did the road. I told you that I did the road. Yes, so I had to buy like 11 trips of laterite because I took the lady's money. She trusts me all right. But I didn't like the feeling that I was just starting. So it's like, I did the foundation and I'm holding up and I'm telling her like the rain we can come, which is the truth, but I just don't like that. Like, I put myself in the client's shoes.
Keep moving.
Like, how would she feel? Like, these guys took a lot of my money and they're not moving. So I had to just spend money to do the road and then start the work.
Interesting.
Yes.
Now, remember, he said start with a tour. When you decide to do that, make sure you check out, you know, Webnation Travel and Tour. What we want is just to at least get you here on the continent. That's when you get to actually meet people on ground doing real work. That's when you get inspired, seeing people, you know, moving from America doing real things down here. So don't forget. And that's just by the way. But I have a question for you though. How fast can you put up something like this relatively?
This is a single level. So a single level, you know, low education here. When you're going up another level and you flow it, you have to wait for 3 weeks for it to dry. Single level is relatively, this can be done in 3 months. Or, oh, that's my cousin there taking measurements for the window. Gaddafi. Yeah. All right.
You're working.
So, for a single level, there is no really real waiting period. Weather is good, everything is good. You can have something like this up within 3 months, 3.5 months. But me, I have decided to not move fast on projects anymore. Because in order to accomplish that, somebody will be doing the plastering, somebody will be doing the tiling, it happens to have a lot of corrections, and it ends up costing you extra money and, you know, headache, or you end up looking like you don't know what you're doing, but you actually do. So now this is a 3 months project, but I chose to give it 6 months because I'm doing everything step by step. Somebody, like for example, my cousin over there right now taking the measurements for the window. I could have done this while they were doing the plastering. They haven't finished dressing the windows yet. Now the windows will come in, and there's a big gap. We have to fill it. Just more work, and it just doesn't show the professionalism behind it. So I like to take it step by step and not rush the project.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I like
Yes.
that. I like that. Guys, listen. I'm excited. I've been coming on ground. I actually get to see that you are working because
I'm working, man. I'm working.
yeah, it's good. You
I'm
know,
working.
seeing you on YouTube, you know, most of the time, you would think it's soft work, but you're actually working.
I'm on the ground. And we're about to go to Aran City, where it's like we're about to build like 100 homes and sell like 90 plus. And we are setting out today. We built a bridge. We built a long, kind of like a gutter to control the water around here. We are working, man, on the ground. We are working. So we're going to show you guys more. We are working.
I like that.
One thing I want to add to this is, yes, Ghana is a brutal terrain when it comes to the real estate market, but they do have some good people on the ground. It's hard to find them, and I would love to call myself one of them, right? If you have something against that, you have your proof, come and say it. But yeah, that's that. So you just have to find the right people, and you can get things done. You can buy the land that you want. You can build a house that you want.
How long have you been here so far since you decided to move in Ghana?
Since I came to Ghana, like how long have I been? 3.5 years.
3.5 years.
And the first year and a half, I didn't really do anything, right? The first year and a half, I went to America twice. And then my issue, which had me, I wouldn't say depressed. I hate using that word, but it had me down for quite a bit until I picked the bags up and tried to move, which was January 2023 is when I started doing YouTube, or 2022. 2022.
Okay.
January 2022 is when I started doing YouTube. So it's been getting to 2 years now, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when everything changed. I mean, YouTube, and shout out to you guys who put me on your channel in the beginning, really opened the doors for people to see what we are doing. We're Acadian and all that. Because Acadian has been in existence before YouTube. It's just that was, you know, word of mouth and all that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I would like to ask you more questions, but let's check out. You told me you are building a wall. Behind this was wall.
Yeah, I'm building a wall.
How many houses are you building simultaneously?
So far, we are building. I can't take you to all the sites.
Okay.
But we are building roughly about 7 houses going on right now.
Simultaneously?
Yes, in different locations.
Interesting.
But some of them are walls. So behind is a wall. I don't count that. But we have about 7 houses. We have land, a house at Dodua. We have a house at Dowenya. We have a house at Pram Pram. We have like a house here. And we're about to build like 100 homes there. And we have houses all over, right?
Interesting.
So behind all the walls you see, I built all of these on a drone shot.
Yeah.
But right now they are actually finishing up a wall for someone.
Okay.
So we can go there right now and check out the workers.
Let's take a walk.
Yeah, so, you know, as I was saying, I sold the land to a lot of people. Some of them has never been to Ghana before. This person has never been to Ghana before.
Okay.
He's just, you know, been following up on Ghana, did his ancestries and stuff like that.
Okay.
And he wants to do something. And he bought land from me. One of the first people actually to buy land from me as well.
Okay. How many plots is it? How many plots?
The plot, this is just one plot, but he was lucky. So the plot is 70 by 100.
Okay.
His entrance is on the 100 side.
Okay.
So it's bigger. It looks bigger, but it's the same size as the rest.
Interesting.
So he was lucky. This guy actually wanted to do a business with me. He wanted to go into business with me, but the time wasn't right.
Okay.
But now I'm actually thinking about something, so I think I'll approach him again. But
okay.
So I didn't give him the opportunity, but he's willing to go through with it. Okay. I secured the land for him. I built a wall for him. I was on him to build a wall. That is really important to build a wall. And finally he did it. So I'm happy that it's secured. At this point, it's secure. We have guys on the ground all the time. I'm here most of the time. I'm watching it. Once you have the wall done, it's extremely difficult for someone to come and take it just like that.
To like encroach on it.
Yeah, it's very difficult. But when the land is bare, and it's not being paid attention to, luckily I'm here. For here, when you buy the land, for the most part, it's going to be hard for somebody to encroach. But I have other areas where I'm not there. You get what I'm saying? I'm not there. Maybe it was just 2 plots given to me, a special wager. That one, when you buy the land from me, within a month, you have to build your own.
Interesting.
You have to.
I like that.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, let's head to where we are building a fresh wall for someone. Right?
Okay.
And a wall can be expensive. So some people are very smart and stingy, right? So they don't want to build a wall. They wait for everybody to do the wall, and they just come and put one side up and they say, and this guy is one of them. This guy is one of them.
Cutting cost.
Yeah, that's why this guy's one of them.
So you're really turning farmlands into a city.
I am. Sorry guys, we reserved some of the mango farm though. I actually
Okay.
have a half plot myself over there.
Okay.
To just to preserve the mangoes, right? I'm gonna be chilling. I'm gonna build a little village for myself.
Okay.
But this is the wall I'm building for. This guy bought the land about a year ago, but I've been bothering him.
Okay.
I've been really bothering him to build a wall, and finally he did. He wants to wall it up. This guy has also never been to Ghana before.
Really?
Just send the money, and then the whole thing. I sold all of them.
Interesting.
So we decided to not sell any more of the mango farm,
Okay.
right? Because you guys were killing me online. So I decided to preserve it. I can't sell all of Ghana like that.
Interesting.
So,
Interesting.
yeah.
So people just call you and they pay for the land. That's it, without seeing you.
Yeah, I've never met a lot of the people. I
Interesting.
mean, some of them send people in, but 50%
That's a
of them.
trust, and I think you've built a very good reputation. And actually, you have proof of work. Literally, I came on site and there's so many people working. So I think that's what people feel. That made them.
Yeah. People are on standby and watching you work. I mean, Ghana is scary. So when people are acting, I never take anything personal. When people are acting, scared and all that, I get it. I get what they are scared of. But I can confidently tell you that I'm one of the guys that you can trust to buy land from. Definitely, because I mean.
And you have a PhD in land now.
I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm not just selling land for the sake of selling land. I know the laws governing it. I know the history behind the land. I have the police that knows that the land that I'm selling belongs to us to fight whoever is trying to intimidate you. We have everything. Like if you buy land from me, you will never go to the police station to fight it yourself. It will never happen. Whatever happens, you're going to be the one to take it on.
I like that.
None of my clients will ever, like what I went through, nobody. If somebody is trying to, it's happened, like maybe places where I have like 2, 4 plus, we put an end to it like right away, right? But here you can't. It's a no-go area. You can't. We have too much control on the ground. So for Afienya, that's why, I love this place and I keep, selling and expanding here because here is I have my peace of mind. The muscles on the ground and the control and possession that we have in this place is really, really, really
That's
big.
why the true caller calls you Afienya boss.
Exactly. A lot of people call me Afienya boss. I've sold plenty of land here.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
And the soil is very rich. I see it's the black soil.
Yeah, so a little history here. It's actually clay, but it's still very rich.
Clay?
Yeah.
Okay.
The history here is the land belongs to a family in Pram Pram,
Okay.
the Lakple family. And this whole area was their village.
Okay.
Like people come to farm here. Pram Pram was the town, and they come to farm here. It was purely farmlands until some 15 years ago, the area started developing. Now, where my car wash is, I told you guys that I bought it for $83,000, which is not far from here. So, I also live around here. So I've seen the appreciation. That's why I invest so much. I have land here. I have a land there for the cement factory. There's a train, a railway passing by.
I saw that, yep.
It's just so much happening. And to me, that's why I'm so hungry for this land. And we're going to walk to that 30-acre project that we are working on. 100 homes. Yes. So if somebody's interested in that as well.
Okay.
Yeah. They can reach out. Yeah.
Because they don't want to miss out.
No, you don't. Yeah, so today you're on my terrain.
Yes.
Captain Hayford, you're on my terrain. So I'm just taking you around. We have vast land, that we are working on. We're about to walk to Aran City. We've done a 3-kilometer road here. But while we have vast land, the mango farm, stopped selling it to preserve the mangoes. People were coming for me for cutting down trees. So I listened to you guys. So we're done selling over there. But we do have one plot here, but that's a little bit more expensive. My land in this area is going for 75,000 Ghana cedis, which is less than $5,000. Okay. But this particular land is going for 80 because, we have Ghana water here, we have electricity here, and people are building these little houses here. Like you don't find land in Ghana like this.
I see so many buildings coming up simultaneously.
Yeah, all of this happened within less than a year.
Okay.
And the main road is just there. You can hear the cars.
Yeah. And so, I saw a train track too.
Yeah, the railway. Ghana is saying they're bringing the train, which they will. They already have it here, but I don't know how long it will take for it to be operational.
Interesting.
It's just right here. So this is 80,000. I have 1, 2, and then I have plenty. I have acres and acres of land. Okay. So we're gonna walk there, but these are going for 80. These two, one and two, I have 2 of 1 plot. Okay. You can buy the 2 together. Okay. It's separated. Okay. So you can buy 1, and then you can buy 1 over there. Okay. But if you want more land, then you have to take you to where we are going. Okay. Where you can buy 6 plus, 10 plus, 20 plus. As many as you want. I have it for you. You want 5 acres? I got you. All right. Sure.
someone can just buy 2 plots side by side to build like a bigger house.
Yeah. Where we are right now is Aran City.
Okay.
This is a bridge that we constructed. It took supposed to take about a month and a half, but you know we are doing everything out of pocket, so it's capital intensive. But we are finally back and we are ready to work. So today we did the filling of the bridge. You know, we put materials over it.
Okay.
Now, you know, you can drive over it. People are gonna be driving over this. You know, there is a main road that they're gonna construct there. There's a stream down there. And we are building the security post.
Okay.
Right? That's where people are gonna enter to go to the gated community.
Okay.
The gated community, we have 100 homes. One of them is our office. And then we have Aran City Hall.
Okay.
Aran City Hall, we're gonna have a library. People wanna play pool, ping pong, hangout area, all that. It's for people in the community. Okay. And then behind it is the high tension. We're gonna have a soccer field. We also have a basketball court. We have a big swimming pool for the people that live in the neighborhood. And we're gonna sell 90 plus over there as well. People are already reserving. Okay. We weren't taking money because I wanted this to happen first. I wanted to grade the land. Okay. I told you about it already. Yep. You can have all the paperwork you want, but you have to be on the ground and test the waters. And that's what I've done. I've tested the waters for the past few months just to see if anybody has anything to say. Mind you, I'm already in this area. That's how careful I am. Where we just walk from, I've sold land to people building houses there. But here, as you can see, nothing is happening here. So I want to make sure I'm working. If there's any issues, I'll deal with it. And I'm good to go. So I've graded the land, I'm working. Now I feel like, okay, I can sell now. Okay. So I'm not just here selling land, like I really care about my name. You know what I mean? Yep. So I think the doors is open now. Okay. I haven't announced some lands available right here? There are lands available here. But like I said, I have some 5 acres that I'm trying to, get rid of ASAP because, the lands available is going to be behind the Aran City houses. Okay. So people are interested right now, most likely put them there, which is, I think, it's a more strategic place. Okay. Because you're going to be behind. Once that's done, then you have no choice but to go there. Okay. Well, yeah. So we're going to take a quick walk there. Okay. But what they can see on the screen is what's happening here. All the, beautiful houses, beautiful big mansions that's happening here. I've sold land to where we are going to. Okay. From here to where I'm going to, like I said, over 40 people, and they're all Americans building beautiful houses, right? So let's go there and then,
Most of you said 40 people. What is the percentage of Americans?
It's more than 40. I said over 40. I don't want to.
Over 40.
Yeah, over 40. It could be even be in the 60s.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just know that it's over 40.
And how many of them are Americans? Like percentage-wise?
Percentage. Well, it's Americans, Germans, Netherlands. European. So you want me to differentiate American?
Yeah, I mean, how many percent Americans are buying?
But that doesn't say UK, they are not Americans.
They're not Americans.
Let's say diasporans.
Diasporans, okay.
Diasporans, I would say 95%.
95% diasporans.
95% diasporans.
Okay.
And then there is like that 5%. That's me even being very modest and about the diasporans. I think my market is really diasporans. Okay. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. Those who seize the opportunities, they are grabbing it right now.
Yeah, they're grabbing it. And some of them are buying huge. Some of them are buying four plus in one, right away.
Which is almost like an acre, right?
Yeah, that's an acre because of the road. There will be a road on the other side. So the road will take
2 plots.
Yeah, if you want to do it like exactly, you get 6 plus on 1 acre. But there is roads sometimes. You get it. So that takes like a portion of it. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Guys, I'm tired today, man. We've been walking all over the site.
It's a huge land.
Yeah, it is. So here is a new portion that we just graded.
Okay.
It's about 10 acres. We've given 2 to someone. And right now I'm focusing on 5. And then after the 5, I'm going to expand. But the goal is to just sell this off so I can, focus on Aran City. Okay. We came here to grade this side. Initially, we didn't even want to grade this side because you can see this is a thick forest. Yep. But we have plenty over there. So we decided to just take 10 acres out of it. The demand is there. And we see how the place can be. So we want to make sure we strategically position the reserve forest because, we can't build on everywhere. You need greenery to breathe, and we have plenty over there. Okay. So it was a thick forest. This side, we just graded about 15 acres, and 10 is what I'm selling. I gave 2 to somebody already. So this is for sale. It's off for the grab. 75,000 Ghana cedis per plot, as I mentioned. Okay. And, I'm trying to sell it fast. So we do have some discounts here and there. If people, reach out, we can talk about it.
Interesting. Guys, if you are impressed, for me, I'm impressed with what you have going on. And easy, the sun is hot, you're on ground, you have people working.
I love it.
Listen,
I love it.
If you guys are impressed with what he has going on, you are interested in, buying some property for yourself, buying some land for yourself, listen, there's a link in the description. Reach out to me, I'll put you in touch with Rush. And before you know it, you have a property on the continent of Africa, and you might start building as soon as possible.
Amen,
Don't
amen.
hesitate.
Amen. And everything is in-house, right? So somebody will be like, I'll buy the land, but then what happens? I've been preaching this. I'll build a wall for you. You wanna build a house, we will do it for you and secure it for you. Once you build a wall, we can put a gate on it and you are good to go. We take international transfers, whole bunch of ways to send money. Like I said, there are people who bought land, they've never been to Ghana before, ever. Not even to visit. They don't know anything, just they saw my videos and they bought land. So we got you covered all the way. Like we work 100% for the most part. We talk to people and we make things happen. Some people know people to come and check it out. And we're open. Just you don't pay everything up front. We do 50% down, and when the paperwork is ready, then we take the final 50%.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
we take 50% down. Once you pay the 50%, you have the right to go and work on the land.
Okay.
Because of my experience, I decided to treat people the same way. Some people, like if you pay everything and you go work and you have issues, you've lost so much. So I'm always in the client's mind to make them really sleep well at night. So if you just pay a little portion, I'm saying you can go and work. I'm not in a hurry. You can go and build your whatever. If there's an issue, I also guarantee your money back within 6 months.
Okay.
So like, just to make sure that you can really sleep well at night, right? And I think that has worked out well. So you don't have to pay everything up
Yeah,
front.
and I think you won't get that anywhere.
No, you won't. 50% you can go work.
Yeah.
You won't.
No.
You can go work.
I've never actually heard of it before.
Yeah, that's my method.
Interesting.
Every time I come and I deal with a family, I use my own money to make sure they're good, and I take on this to go ahead and I get paid later, which I don't mind because to me, like I said, it goes beyond the money. It's about building a legacy and helping people acquire properties and achieving their dreams without all the pain that people go through.
Yeah, because bro, what you went through, maybe you are living it, so you don't think it's a big deal, or maybe you are that people would run away, right? With $100,000, bro, $100,000. People work for 40 years and don't have enough stored for retirement. So imagine someone coming to Africa with their retirement money, $100,000, buying land and being in court. People would just
it's painful. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's painful. And if I had a lot of money lying around, you'd be like, I lost all my money in the stock market. And it was more than $100,000 because I ended up renovating the place and waiting for a title and all that. I think by the time the guy took me to court, I'm an accountant, so I calculate everything. I'm very open when it comes to land, because if I'm selling land, I have to be open with you guys.
True.
And property, that's what I do. So it's not to say to brag, but I think I was in like $120,000 by the time I was in court.
Interesting.
And I wasn't making any money, and you're in court, you don't know whether you're gonna win or not. But I knew I was gonna win. If I didn't win, then that means there is no law and order in Ghana.
Yeah. But the law system works.
It works. You have to know what you're doing, and you have to have a lawyer that cares about you. Because some of the lawyers, they don't care about you. They care about their money. And in that case, somebody can delay you for 15 years.
And they don't care.
Or they didn't pay attention. Yeah, and then you end up losing. But if your lawyer knows what they're doing, the judge, whether the judge is corrupt or not, is only a certain thing that they can do to help the other person. If you have everything there, their hands are tied.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So they have no choice but to prove.
Yeah. The best they can do for them is to delay the process.
So guys, I'm currently on the land of Aran City. Listen, it looks very beautiful. It's a huge land. I've been walking on the land back and forth. I'm very tired. I'm resting here right now. But listen, this is a huge land, and I'm inspired, man. He's working. He's really working, and I appreciate the effort. The sun is hot. He's wearing his Wellington boot, and being in the bush, doing the road work. Now there's a guy who's a banker. Listen, he used to sit in the office, in an AC, doing accounting, but decided to leave that beautiful job behind in America to come to Africa to be in the bush, to do things like this. That people would never do, but according to him, it's worth it, and he would never change his mind. If he's supposed to go back and do it all over again, he will, without any single change. So yeah, I'm proud of him. And if you are to, you want to buy a property for yourself, coming now, that is hot. Listen, link in the description, every information there. Grab yours before it's too late. Don't come in late because you regret it.